Mark's gonna jammy us down.
Boom. Pull up
3,
Google, dude.
2, 1. And we're live. What's up, man?
Chilling, dude.
AJ Davis, welcome to Artsy AF. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. So, your name's Andrew also, right?
Strong.
Andrew. Strong, yeah.
We
What's the
discovered that
J?
together.
What's the J? Is it Jordan?
Jesus
Jesus. Yeah?
Jr.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get closer to the mic, ladies and gentlemen.
Andrew Jesus
Davis.
Nice, dude.
Andrew Davis Jr. I'm a second. My dad couldn't be original, so I have his name too.
Nice. Nice, man. Well, yeah, again, thanks for coming on. So you're an artist, obviously. Right now, from what I've seen on Instagram and from knowing you, like, you're pretty heavy into the murals right now, right?
Oh man, it's been such a blessing this year. I've got to paint so much, and it feels good.
Nice. But you also work with like bronze, right?
Yeah. I do a bunch of metal fabrication, casting,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of sculpture work. I have actually a degree, fine art degree in sculpture.
Oh, word.
So that's kind of my foundation, and in a lot of ways have shaped who I am as an artist today. But painting big walls around the world is the dream. So we're trying to make it happen.
That's like the rock star lifestyle of a visual artist is being a muralist, I feel like.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's rad. So you said you went to school
I did indeed.
for art.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
the one.
You're one of the rare people I've interviewed that, I mean, I think just majority wise, like most of our friends are just like, yeah, I started doing this when I was like 20 or whatever and worked at it. And I know definitely some have had formal education, but how did that all get started for you? Where'd you go to school? All that good backstory stuff.
Yeah. So I have a degree from CU Boulder.
Oh, nice.
I graduated in 2013, and I'm so thankful for that opportunity and that experience.
Mm-hmm.
Higher education teaches you so much about yourself
Mm-hmm.
and how to operate.
Right.
You develop that self-discipline and that work ethic that I think is so key to making a living as an artist.
Yeah.
And I'm in a shit ton of student loan debt from that venture, but we're making it happen.
Yeah.
I was making paintings when I went to college,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't even sure what I wanted to do. I actually applied to the business school,
Oh, okay.
and I didn't get in. So I was like taking a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And I remember actually seeing some kid walking around campus with this big canvas. I was
Mhm.
like, oh, yo, man, there's fucking painting classes? And I went home and signed up for some art classes
Nice.
for the next semester.
Nice.
And I was taking some painting classes, and it was just like, I had the epiphany that I can make paintings anytime I want to. So
Right.
why should I be paying money to, learn how to paint?
Mm-hmm.
And started getting into sculpture, caught a job at the metal shop,
Nice.
started learning some welding and things, basic fabrication skills, and, it led into a really fulfilling diversity in my art life.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you're at CU Boulder. You didn't exactly know what you wanted to do. Thank God you didn't get into business school, by the way.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
I think the world is better for it, maybe.
definitely.
I mean, although like business is a huge part of the art game, it's like, I don't know. They don't really offer like art business classes, do they? Or is that a thing?
I'm not too sure. Academia is kind of full of itself in so many ways.
Sure.
I'm not a big fan.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever go back to, exploring a higher education. Definitely thankful for, having got an undergrad degree. I think it shaped me in so many ways that are
Sure.
key to how I operate for sure.
Yeah.
Surviving on Santiago's breakfast burritos and taking in the Flatiron View every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, CU is an interesting place. Academia is so conceptual.
Mhm.
All the art is just like, which is it's important. It's important to consider your ideas and how they align with current events in the world, and like, you know, it's good to be thoughtful about what you're doing.
Right.
But just so much gets, you know, passed off as like art.
Right. Yeah.
And you know, in my mind, good art is a blend of, you know, technical ability, as well as conceptual. You know, it's a healthy balance between the two. But I've always been attracted to very technically refined works.
Actually, yeah,
And,
yeah.
you know, I think my work kind of expresses that. Just a little obsessive compulsive, a little too much for my own good, maybe.
Yeah.
But I like clean lines, saturated color, and like, you know, well done things.
Yeah, yeah. I think like art that gets too conceptual is like, it's just no fun. You know, it's just, it can be a mess, and they can be like, this is about, you know, the shitty parts of capitalism. And if you just have a little paragraph next to like something that doesn't really make sense, then like you're good. But then like also on the flip
Art
side of
shouldn't
that,
have to have an explanation, you know?
right? Yeah, should be like, here's the art, enjoy.
Definitely.
You know, it's like your meal doesn't come with like a little paragraph. If you're like at a 5-star restaurant or whatever, they're not like, check this meal out. This is a
Mandarin
comment.
oranges come first,
Yeah.
and then you can move on.
Yeah. Yeah.
French fries, ketchup,
Yeah.
last.
But then like on the flip side of that too, if like you're too technical, it can feel like a little rigid and like also not fun, you know?
I'm all hopped up on M&Ms and green tea right now, and I like to keep it that way.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, back to like your multimedia expression, like what does that do for you as an artist? Like having sort of different outlets to express yourself visually. What's the appeal in that?
I can't imagine how any artist makes their living solely doing one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't imagine trying to make my living just painting.
Right.
You know, not only is that like extremely intensive, but you got to keep it diverse, man. You got to switch it up for your own sake.
Right.
You know, I have kind of 3 studios, 3 home studios. I have my garage that's a metal shop. I have a jewelry metalsmithing studio, and then I have my painting studio.
Nice.
And then like graphic and CAD work. So, you know, between all those different practices, I keep myself very inspired and, you know, constantly switching it up and exploring different processes and media. It just, it keeps it all very interesting for me.
Nice. Yeah, it like kind of helps you not get too much of tunnel vision or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, painting murals is incredible because it gets you outside. It gets you interacting with the community. It's gifting the community with work. You know, there's so many layers that are like beautiful to painting murals.
Yeah.
Canvas painting for me it's like, it's just for fun. Like I've, you know, definitely taking my work seriously.
Right.
But I don't really try to like sell my canvas paintings too much. You
just do them for you.
I'm doing them for me.
Yeah. And all the other, so you have like multiple streams of income.
Definitely.
With what you're doing.
Yep.
More or less. Yeah.
I mean, you know, the mural work, steady streams of income. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
No.
You
can make a great living as an artist.
Sure.
And there is so much money in circulation. Like, you should never, you know, take on the ideology that there isn't enough.
Right.
Because like, it's, you know, you can hustle hard and make some cash.
There's someone out there right now who wants you to paint their wall.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's someone out there right now who wants to buy your t-shirt.
I think Resco said, I was listening to that podcast the other day, he's like, for every one person that doesn't necessarily want it, there are 10 people that do.
Right.
And like, it's important to like maintain that focus.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, all right, no worries. Moving on to the next.
Yeah. And that's something that I'm learning constantly, or just like being reminded of, you know, like you really got to poke around and kind of figure your way out and try to get your work out there and to sell your work and to sell yourself a little bit too in the process.
I mean, if you're not promoting on all layers of your own capability and, cold calling and seeking out jobs, they're not coming.
Right.
Like,
they're not just going to fall in your lap.
You got to find the work before the work comes.
Yeah.
And, there are times that the ball's rolling and jobs seem to just be coming in. You're getting an email every other day or someone hits you up for something.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, most of my mural work is cold called situations.
Right.
Me walking into a business and being like, hey, here's what I do. Check out some of this work.
Yeah.
I'd love to make something beautiful for you.
Yeah. Where you were telling me like a couple weeks ago that you were working on this one business for like 6 months.
Yeah, I just painted it.
Yeah.
That dispensary, Herbal Cure, right off of Logan and I-25.
And wasn't it like you kept calling and you would get like a manager or like, someone who works there, but then finally one day you talked to the owner.
Yep. Finally got in touch with the owner and, I had talked to so many different people. Hi, can I paint your wall? You
guys like paint?
Yeah.
You like paintings, art?
Something like that. Yeah, dude, I had been calling them for months for sure. And, finally got in touch and just painted it a couple weeks ago. You catch it southbound on I-25 right when you go over Broadway. But I'm stoked on that wall. It's so weird too, like painting murals and things and just imagining the spots that you want to paint. And, every time I drive, I'm like, I'm looking for spots. That's all I do. And it's like, whether it be like, checking out that billboard for several months before you go get it.
Yeah. Will you tell people about that? I think that's pretty fucking cool what you did. With the crane or the stork billboard. I
mean, my roots are, not necessarily in graffiti and letters, but, I've been a Midnight Ninja for years.
Yeah.
I love painting. Painting at night's a different experience. Rolling up on an abandoned barn at night that you've never been to before, but you've seen from the road.
Yeah.
It's like a whole different experience. And it's something special too. Like spending time and creative energy with these like historical landmarks and spaces that like, who knows the story behind them.
Right.
But, and I'm not promoting people to go out and paint fucking whatever they want to.
Yeah.
And, use your best judgment if, it's an acceptable spot to paint. Some things are better left untouched.
Right.
Just for their own sake.
Yeah, having a little discretion is always nice.
But I mean, if you're stoked on the spot and it's going to rock hard, then maybe you should give it a go.
Doesn't seem like anyone's using it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably go for it.
Yeah, it's got a nice cement wall or something.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about Project Street Gold.
Project Street Gold is a traditional casting initiative aimed at collaborating with street artists and muralists.
Nice.
So I work with artists to make limited edition series of cast bronze sculpture.
Okay.
Sculpture and jewelry. And it's about 4 years in the works. I've worked with some of my heroes in the game.
Nice.
I just released, right before COVID, a pendant with Nichos.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Yeah. So that was, he was at the top of the list from the start.
Absolutely.
And that's a funny story, meeting him in Bali pretty serendipitously.
Oh, really? Nice.
And connecting with him.
Tell me about that.
Well, Amanda and I went out to Bali to meet up with my partner, Amanda. And we were traveling from Canggu to Ubud. Mm-hmm. And we were taking an Uber and we passed this dude on this moped. And I was like, that looks like fucking Nichos. She's like, dude, shut up. And sure enough, I hopped on the Instajam and he was in Bali.
Yeah.
And I had done this graffiti shop a favor because I hit him up before I traveled out there to make sure we could get paint and stuff. Mm-hmm. And he's like, hey man, these import fees are crazy on fat caps. Can you bring me some fat caps? And I was like, dude, I got you.
Yeah,
Bought
yeah.
a, fatty 1,000 bag of NY fats and brought it to him. Super hyped, and I hit him up and I was like, yo, has Nitro's been rolling through the shop? I'm seeing he's doing a bunch of painting.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he's like, oh yeah, dude, he's actually going to be working on a painting here.
Oh,
I was like, yo,
nice.
man, hit me up when he rolls through.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he hits me up. I go down and introduce myself to Nitros and kind of play it cool and just like, let him do his thing, not trying to
Right.
hassle the dude. But I gifted him some little castings, little Project Street Gold castings of,
Nice.
little fat caps and things. He was stoked on them. He's like, oh, we should do some painting. Hit me up. Didn't end up doing any painting with him, but we had a steak dinner, and I got to pitch him on the project, and
Nice.
he was hyped on it. And
Sweet.
took a lot of logistics working with his manager, because he's kind of hands off in a lot of
Sure.
his work.
Sure. I mean, I feel like once you get kind of at that level, that big, you can kind of delegate a few tasks
Definitely.
that take up a lot of time.
And he's got a lot on his plate.
Yeah.
He's pretty much solely responsible for Rabbit Eye and keeping that whole gallery in Vienna and brand afloat.
Yeah.
So he's employing several people and things. So he's got to keep his head down and can't really be dealing with logistics.
Right.
But it took forever to like get approval on it.
Yeah, yeah.
But we made it happen. Super stoked on the process, or the product rather. And
What was the final product?
He designed this little heart pendant
Mm-hmm.
that was like cut to show the anatomy of the inside of the heart.
Wow.
And then we cast 250 and gold plated them
Nice.
as a limited edition
Did you sell
release. I think they have sold out on them. If not, I'm pretty sure they're getting close.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're sold exclusively through Rabbit Eye.
Okay. Nice. Nice.
I did everything I could to try to get Project Street Gold on the, just on the card.
Right.
They couldn't even get a hype post.
Really?
Yeah. Which was kind of a bummer, but
Yeah.
whatever.
It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that feeling sometimes. But yeah, let's pivot back to, you were talking about, we were kind of discussing about dancing around the idea of like how valuable time is. Do you have any time management routines or things that you do?
Man, Amanda Wolf, my partner, she's so good with scheduling. Shouts, baby. She's so good with like scheduling and note taking and like so organized digitally.
Yeah.
It's all right here, baby.
Yeah.
I keep it up top, and I don't know how I operate.
Same.
But like, I'm working on so many different projects that every day I wake up and I know the things I need to do.
Yeah.
And I slowly just do them.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I'm a workaholic for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I find my relaxation in working.
Yeah.
So I'm always doing something, which, maybe isn't the most healthy thing. But it's what keeps me happy and inspired. So I feel good about it.
Yeah. It's always nice to have like another mind that you're linked up with in such a way, especially someone as organized as Amanda, to where like they can kind of like remind you like, hey, did you do that thing you were talking about?
Oh yeah, she's on it.
Yeah.
And we're starting to do more work and stuff together, and like it's nice to have her on my team.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a big thing for me to even write down like questions, which I've been trying to do. Like in the past I've just sort of gone into interviews like, let's see where this goes. And now I'm like, well, it might be nice to have a bit of a roadmap to like
No,
work
it's good.
on,
It's good to a roadmap isn't a bad thing. You should always have a roadmap for whatever you're
for
doing,
sure. Even if it's just mentally like,
strategic plan, that's the art. Art is a very strategic gamble. Is what you're doing with your time going to sustain you?
right.
Then if not, you might want to switch it up.
Yeah. If it's not working, you have to find out where those flaws are.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's the biggest hurdle that a lot of right-brained people have to face. I know it is and was for me, more was now than is, which is good. but it's to lay out a strategy and to have like the ability to switch it up.
Yeah.
And not be too attached to whatever it is, whether it's like a certain social media platform or a way that you've gone about selling paintings in the past, you know?
I think that's a really important thing to touch on is like art can feel, you can feel so attached to the things you're making because you're spending so much time and passion and energy doing it.
Sure.
That's important to like develop those boundaries of, whatever you're doing. I think that's why I love mural work the most is because it's like, it's a gift. It's like, it's not holding on to this canvas for the next 7 years.
Right.
Just like hoarding materials.
It's literally out there in the open, and it'll probably get painted over, if history tells us anything.
It's ephemeral in so many ways. And it's like that exploration of, making work and letting it go and letting it be is like something I think is really important.
For sure. Yeah. I've never actually had too much of a problem with like letting the work go, like, but yeah, that doing a mural just takes it to a whole new level, and you're just like, well, hopefully this will stay up for some time. Yeah. Somebody will enjoy it. Yeah.
Please rock for a little bit. Come on, buddy. Yo, I would love to. So we're chilling in the Museum of Outdoor Arts podcast studio. Oh,
yes, MOA.
Yeah, shouts. MOA. They're the best. Today is the very last day on my contract with them as their artist fellow for their design and build program. So it's kind of
some serendipity or synchronicity or whatever.
It's crazy because we had a ton of projects lined up for this fellowship, and we installed this crosswalk in Englewood this morning.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
That I designed. Got my own personal crosswalk.
Really?
Girard and Broadway. Go check it out.
Talk about that. Like, with metal, is it kind of like a CAD thing, and then
it was graphically designed on Illustrator, and then it's thermoplastic. So like the bars on crosswalk, the white bars they like melt into the asphalt.
Oh,
it's
nice.
Colored thermoplastics. But I got a moon design down over there.
Nice.
But it's crazy because like literally all our projects we finished on the very last day.
And we're doing a podcast. Holy shit.
Yes. But MOA is amazing. Such an incredible crew of people that, is dedicated to supporting arts. It's been such an incredible privilege, an honor to work with them.
Yeah.
So the design and build program is kind of like a summer internship program where undergrads and emerging artists can come and take this course with, another emerging established artist who's kind of leading the course or whatever.
It's like an apprenticeship kind of?
Ish. It's more of like...
Is it more like a class?
It's kind of like a class, but it's kind of like a collaborative class.
Yeah.
It's like we're all working together to create a body of work.
Totally.
And with COVID, obviously that fell through the floor there. And we were able to pivot into some amazing projects that I'm super proud of, and it couldn't have worked out, honestly, any better. I almost didn't take the position with the museum because I had so much FOMO about not painting and, spending my time here.
Right.
And it evolved into just painting.
Really?
And we were working on some placemaking projects with the city of Englewood.
Okay.
Some vinyl wrapped traffic boxes and
cool.
2 creative crosswalks.
Nice.
One of which the city designed and then one of which I designed.
Nice.
But then with the traffic boxes, we supported 6 museum alumni artists to create, some designs for the vinyl wraps.
Sweet.
But yeah, it's the museum's incredible. If you ever get the chance and you're listening, they're located in Englewood off of Santa Fe and Hampton. They have a gallery space here. There's a Robert Rauschenberg exhibit for the next. Well, it got extended from COVID, so I think it's up for a year.
Nice.
So if you're into Rauschenberg's work, he's definitely an incredible artist who explored so many different styles of creating work and media.
Yeah.
And just, over his lifetime, he was exposed to so many different art periods.
I've actually never heard of him, which is
fair enough.
Yeah.
Did you go to art school?
No. I took psychology in college, and I got
You never took any art history?
No.
That's probably why.
Yeah.
You would know.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
But the museum's amazing. Their collection of work is, very expansive. They have a ton of sculpture scattered throughout Englewood in Colorado. They're building a sculpture garden over at Fiddler's Green, which is awesome. When's the last time you were at Fiddler's? Have you ever been there?
Never been.
I
don't make it down to this part of Denver very much.
Yeah.
Because I live just south of Boulder and north of Denver. And so, I wanted to comment on that. It's super nice out here. Like when you turn from Santa Fe onto Hampton, and I was not expecting this place to be this big.
Yeah.
But it's like huge, and it's definitely like a museum.
There's some crazy history to this building. We don't have to get into it, but Englewood's a cool spot. We don't live too far from here, and I have one of the best art setups I've had in my career right now, and it's it's been super good during COVID and everything to just have the studio space and be able to kind of go inside. And
so, what do you provide them? What do they provide you? Like
the
they're
museum?
they're giving you, or I know it's coming to a close, but
Yep.
But as a fellow, they give you studio space and like a learning experience opportunity. Right?
It was, so we had a contract and various projects that, they financially compensated me for, my time with them.
Nice.
And, very thankful that we were able to seamlessly shift our initiative from the design and build program into all the projects that we did at Fiddler's.
Yeah.
So we painted 4 murals at Fiddler's, 3 of which are collaborations.
Yeah.
I had a collaboration with Anna Sharney on the west-facing entrance.
I love that mural.
Oh, man, I'm so hyped on it.
The one with the owl, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So the
good.
great horned owl has lived underneath the stage of Fiddler's for years.
Really?
Every off-season, it finds its refuge there.
Nice.
And so, to be able to honor the local wildlife, that's like, me, I'm a bird man.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about why birds? Like, I'm a bird man too, like personally, but what is that? Is that like your spirit animal?
I mean, birds are like the gateway drug to birds of prey are the gateway drug to birding. They're big, beautiful birds that are like dynamic and interesting. And, I've grown up in Colorado, and, living on the Front Range, there's such a big diversity of birds and birds of prey, and I've always taken an interest in them.
I saw a pelican here like the first week I was in Denver.
What you doing here, homie?
I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
my God, go home.
I was like, man, the weed out here is so strong. But yeah, there's pelicans as well as like, just like hawks, great horned owls. I saw some bald eagles in my old neighborhood.
Sick.
Yeah. So rad, man.
Big fan.
Yeah, big fan. America,
Yeah. Well, so we did the great horned owl with Anna.
Yeah.
And then I got an opportunity to paint with Alexandria Pangburn, who, she's such an amazing artist too. Shouts. She organized Babe Walls, which is going on this weekend.
Nice.
An all-ladies mural festival in Westminster.
Shouts Babe Walls. Oh, that's pretty close to me.
Dude, you should go check it out. We're going tomorrow.
You're going tomorrow. Nice.
Yep, we'll hit you up.
Sweet.
I'm
Everybody
really
else
excited.
come out too.
Yep, roll on out.
Maybe I'll release this tomorrow then.
Yeah, fair enough. Drop it. You should, because I think all the ladies will be wrapping up like Sunday, Monday, maybe even Sunday. So it would be awesome to get people to check that out.
Yeah, either way, whenever this releases, go check out Babe Walls, Westminster. Yeah.
Yeah, we ran into Lindy this morning at Guy Reese getting paint. Amanda and I are about to start a big wall, so I'm stoked on.
Oh, sweet. Where?
Here in Englewood.
Ah,
Twin
nice.
Dragons.
Twin Dragons?
Yeah, it's a Chinese restaurant.
Okay.
And we're about to paint some dragons. I'm
Sick.
pretty hyped.
Yeah. I'm a big dragon fan. As
Yeah.
Well. Just like anything that flies, pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah.
Wings, I'm into it.
Yeah. You got wings? Sweet.
But I've got to paint a red tail hawk on the other entrance with Alex.
Yeah.
And those murals, just like working with those ladies was just, I've worked alongside them for years in many different events, and to have the opportunity to work with them was, incredibly, just an incredible experience.
For sure.
And then I painted the box office. I painted a little robin for in loving memory of my grandma, Carol.
Oh, nice.
And then another collaboration with this woman, Revan, who's creating this like glass mosaic installation up the VIP staircase.
Oh, rad.
And then I did the entryway to like kind of highlight all the colors she was using in hers.
Nice.
But man, Fiddlers is dope. They sell out at 17,000. It's double Red Rocks.
Yeah.
It's
double Red Rocks.
It's double Red Rocks, which is like
crazy.
You wouldn't think it.
I thought Red Rocks held at least 10.
They're like 8.
8.
Yep.
Okay.
But Fiddlers is doing some really cool stuff because we have all these new murals up there now. They're building the sculpture garden, which houses this whole Alice in Wonderland bronze collection that was imported from Italy in the 80s.
Oh,
cast
rad.
and made in Italy and imported here to Colorado.
Nice.
Yeah, like
That's
I mentioned to you, the museum owns Fiddlers. And they're doing some really cool stuff there. I encourage, when concerts are a thing again, go check out a show at Fiddlers and check out some of the visual art initiatives they're up to, because like it's rad. There's no other venue like it, doing that to the level that the museum's contributing to the grounds at Fiddlers.
That's so cool when there are like institutions that are actively supporting artists out there. Like, we need more of that. So shouts out museum.
The museum
Outdoor
has been
arts.
involved in a couple of different mural, initiatives in some ways. And I think it's kind of fallen on the back burner because they've invested in a lot of bronze and sculpture work and some amazing works.
Sure.
There's a Pomodoro over near Fiddlers that's like, you can spin it, it's kinetic, but it's giant, this giant bronze, and it's just like, I don't even know how much that thing's worth.
Oh, yeah.
But, doing these murals at Fiddlers got the team so excited about mural work. It's, I hope to see them involved in some more mural work in the future, because it's definitely, mural, the contemporary mural movement is like a big thing. It's hot.
It's hot.
It's hot.
It's so hot right now.
But like, it's outdoor art.
Yeah.
I want to see them get involved in some more mural work. So I'm excited to like, help maybe inspire a little more of that direction.
Oh yeah. Awesome, man. Let's see, what else did I want to ask you about here? Oh yeah. Do you have, any practices outside of art that keep you focused, or you just like wake up, brush your teeth, art? Like,
I feel like I'm less physically active in like activities these days.
Yeah.
Quarantine, we got out and did some hiking, some mushroom foraging.
Yeah.
Treasure hunting. Big fan of treasure hunting.
Yeah. Do you have the metal detector?
I should.
Yeah. Dude, go all in.
Yeah, gotta get that.
I'll go. Let's do it.
Amanda and I were trying to figure out, some mountain biking, but that shit's hard and scary.
Yeah, I've never actually done it like down a mountain. I've had a mountain bike or whatever, but
I grew up skateboarding. I was raised at the skate park.
Really? That's awesome.
I've broken too many bones for my own good.
Totally.
And so like skateboarding scares me nowadays. I still love skating, and I cruise for sure, and I can still bust a kickflip or a double, but like, what's up?
Yeah. You got any video? Let's go.
Yeah, dude, I'll do a kickflip right now. No.
I've always been afraid of skateboarding. So
Skateboarding's dangerous and terrifying. don't get into it as an adult, at least.
Yeah, like a 35-year-old man gets into skateboarding for the first time.
Not a good idea, buddy.
No thanks.
Yeah, just
I like my hands.
the hands are just too important.
Yeah.
To be fucking around with a skateboard.
Yeah.
I rock climb for years, and I still get out. Bless you. God.
Thank you.
Bless you, sir.
Yeah. It's not COVID.
Trying to stay active. I do my push-ups and sit-ups, so that keeps me.
There you go.
Keeps me going.
And really
mural
need.
Work, dude. Mural work is
it's
CrossFit and a half.
That's kind of what I was veering the conversation towards. Was like, I don't think people realize how fucking hard it is physically to create a mural.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you don't have a lift and you're using like 30-foot ladders or whatever.
Scaffolding too, just climbing up and down and up and you
get your leg muscles and your back muscles like just
I'm wearing a knee brace these days when I'm painting.
Really?
Have you ever wore a knee brace?
I need to, because I have like 40% of my meniscus cut out of my right knee.
Oh, you should be wearing a knee brace right now.
Yeah. All right. You got any
I just got a knee brace.
Recommendations?
Fucking, I'll send you the one I got.
Okay, sweet.
But it's just like, it does add some support.
Yeah.
It makes my legs feel better.
Yeah.
And I don't know if like my knees are deteriorating yet. I'll need new knees at some point.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling better wearing it than when I'm not wearing it.
Nice.
And I've been doing a lot of painting, so it's like
sweet. It's probably
trying to take care of myself too.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's really important. I mean, after my knee surgery, like it's been like 5 years now, but I just made it a point to do like stretching, like yoga, and a little bit of strength training here and there, a little bit of running. I think that like once I had that injury, it kind of like shocked me into the realization that, oh yeah, like I'm mortal. I'm not invincible.
Andrew.
I'm not
strong.
I'm not 18 anymore, man. But yeah, I mean, it's a thing, And so I always like to get people's take on like kind of, if there's any sort of like activity or something besides art that either keeps your mind, your body, your spirit, right?
Yeah, working from home, I do a lot of cooking.
Yeah. Cooking's
Amanda
great.
and I eat pretty healthy, which is, I love that time to just cooking food is a meditation.
Sure.
And it's like the best meditation because it's deliciously rewarding. Yeah.
I always kind of think of painting sometimes as like cooking, like in terms of like mixing elements and even mixing the physical paint and just like
flipping your canvas.
Yeah. Flip it upside down, get the angle of it right. Sometimes you got to let it marinate overnight. You're like, what do I do next?
There you go.
Marinate.
Oh, that's a good analogy on painting.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
I recently got a Damascus blade.
Whoa. So you're sword fighting now.
Hot dog, am I?
Wait, is that like no, I'm thinking of a scimitar. What's a Damascus blade? A scimitar is, okay, so maybe I am thinking of Damascus blade.
It might
it's
just
like
be
the kind of like curved sword that's like got a...
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
You're saying Diablo 2, my dude.
It's not? Okay, what kind of...
Damascus is a type of forging where they fold steel to create... It creates patterns in the steel, but it also makes it a lot stronger.
Isn't that how they make samurai swords?
Yeah.
Okay,
definitely. Cool. It's a classic,
is
like
it a
Japanese...
Hattori Hanzo? What are we talking about?
I mean, it may as well be.
Yeah, okay.
It's even got its own case.
What?
But, dude...
So it's got the sheath and the case?
Dude, I've been cutting with dull knives for years.
Okay.
This thing's a game changer.
Nice.
Highly recommend getting yourself a good knife.
Nice. I was like, who are you pointing at? It's the camera. Hi. So yeah, we're talking about knives. I thought you were talking about a sword.
It's a goal of mine to forge my own Damascus blade.
Okay. You said blade, and I was just like, swords, dude. Yes, let's go. But yeah.
I mean, I'm a big metal nerd.
Yeah.
I love all things metal smithing, fabrication.
So you took like iron pour classes and stuff in college, or?
No, dude. I learned more.
Because I don't know shit about metal,
yeah.
really.
I caught a job working for an artist by the name of Josh Wiener. Mr. Wiener shouts.
Shouts. Jay Weens.
Jay Weens, he's the man. Josh and Madeline are incredible local legends. Josh does a lot of public art fabrication, blending metalwork and stonework.
Yeah.
And Madeline has been stone carving in the public sector for 50 years.
Whoa.
She's a powerhouse.
Wow.
You know, the stones this woman has carved they're so inviting and they're so beautiful. And like, she's a major influence of who I am today.
Nice.
Like, I attribute so much of who I am as a professional artist to Josh and Madeline.
Nice.
I caught a job with him doing some fabrication on his work straight out of college.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was an incredible opportunity.
So you've never had like any shitty jobs?
I mean, I've had shitty jobs.
Yeah,
I've worked
okay.
a job all my life.
Okay.
But after college, I don't know that I've had many shitty jobs.
Right, yeah.
I was fabricating with Josh for a couple years, working in their shared studio where they were doing, on one half of the studio was stone carving, and the other half we were trying to do some metal fab in the midst of like dusty business, which doesn't always go well.
No, okay.
Trying to weld aluminum in like a dusty environment is not
bueno.
ideal.
Yeah. I could
but
see how that might be tough.
just seeing some of the work that was created in that studio was just like, you know, pushed me in so many ways to be a better artist. But Josh was running out of work and he was like, man, you may need to think about something else. And I had a buddy who was working as a patineur doing patinas on bronze sculpture at a foundry in Loveland.
Nice.
And he said, oh man, you should apply here. See what you can get. And I ended up catching a welding position,
Nice.
welding sculpture over at Art Castings for a couple years.
Oh,
And
rad.
yeah, it was there that I learned the whole process of, you know, lost wax casting. Have you ever been up to a foundry up there?
Never been to a foundry.
Ladies and gentlemen, I highly recommend you take a trip to Loveland, Colorado, the casting capital of the Midwest, and go on a foundry tour. The work is incredible.
I've seen some of the work for
Yeah.
sure.
But like when you're walking through the foundry, there are hundreds of sculptures, you know, everything from desktop to monumental.
Right, yeah. Nice.
And it just gives you a whole nother outlook on what's going on in the art world.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
we're involved in this like painting community and things.
We have our own little bubble.
We have our own little bubble,
reality
and it's
tunnel.
amazing. Dude, our bubble's crushing it.
Yeah, it is, for sure. But
Shouts to the Denver art community.
shouts.
Y'all are crushing it, keeping me inspired. But I caught a job doing some welding at the foundry, learned the ins and outs of casting, and it was like apparent that, you know, I was seeing how successful some of these artists were.
Yeah.
And towards the end of that journey is when I established Project Streakold, and I was like, I'm gonna work with artists to make castings, and this is what we're gonna do.
That's super dope.
You know, shortly after got into centrifuge casting, and, you know, I got a little casting set up in my studio. But casting shit out of metal is fucking cool, man.
Hell yeah.
Doesn't get much better.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have to try it sometime.
You should, man. Come
No,
on
that-
over, carve some wax, we'll cast something.
Nice. Now that'll be something like a 35-year-old could get into rather
Yeah.
than skateboarding. You know?
I mean, that's
Little less dangerous.
way cooler hobby for a 35-year-old. It's a little pricey, but
Yeah. I just like pictured myself like trying to be a skateboarder, like with the bangs over the side of the face and like,
dude,
what's up, guys?
you already got the look.
Bro, how old are you? So yeah, we can start getting close to wrapping it up. One last question before we get into the visionary magnets. By the way, I should go ahead and say this. We're going to have a new segment from time to time on RTAF. It's going to be called Visionary Haikus. And we're going to take visionary magnets, shouts,
Boom.
and my guest and I are going to be making haikus. And so that'll be at the end of the show
Together
to kind
or
of wrap
separate?
things up.
Are we doing this as a team, or are we making our own?
I don't know. Maybe we should team up.
Brother from another mother, let's
team
do
up.
it.
Double Andrew. All right. But okay, one last question real quick before we do that. What does being artsy AF mean to you?
Living it, man.
Yeah.
Living it every day.
Hell yeah.
Staying woke as fuck in the art world, doing your thing, staying passionate, staying disciplined, making work that challenges yourself, but not getting too cocky about it.
Sure, yeah.
Chill out.
Yeah. Like taking your, I always make this distinction between like taking your work seriously and then taking yourself seriously.
Yeah.
And I think taking yourself seriously is
You got to let that go.
big pitfall there. Big pitfall.
You're going to let yourself down pretty hard if
Yeah. It's not going to be fun for anyone, for anyone. So yeah, I don't know how we'll do this logistically, but never tried this, so.
All right, I think close your eyes and pick out the first one.
Okay. Oh yeah, okay. Let's see. So
then we can kind of build it off there.
If you guys don't know, haikus are Japanese poems usually about nature. Okay, good. I got some good ones there.
Started off hot, ladies and gentlemen.
So why don't I just take a handful out?
There you go.
We'll sort through them.
Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah. I think that's kind of what I had in mind.
I think that's enough syllables for this haiku.
Yeah.
You can stop
Let
making
me put
a
cheese
mess.
in there real quick. Yeah, so haikus run in the pattern. They're poems. They run in the pattern of 5 and 7 and 5 syllables each line. First line is 5.
The first magnet Andrew chose here was psychedelic.
Of course. Shouts to...
RTAF, here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so psychedelic.
All right.
Psychedelic. So now we have to... Now you need a single syllable. You need a single syllable because that was 4.
Oh, it's 575?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was 757.
Ooh, yeah. So find one of these small ones. That one looks...
Psychedelic post.
Psychedelic post. Psychedelic post. Here, you start off the next line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dissolve.
Dissolve. So that's 2. So now I've got 5 syllables to work with.
We need 5.
Psychedelic post. Psychedelic post. Dissolve. Refrigerator.
Refrigerator. Oh, boom.
Yeah. Okay, wow. So each line so far has just 2 words. Let's hear it.
Wait, do you start this one off? Or no, let's go back and forth.
Yeah. You can start it off again.
Flip some of these over here.
Yeah, we need visuals on these. So these are really fun to play, at parties and on your fridge, or leave a little message for your roommates or your partner, so that when they wake up in the morning, they're like, "What does this mean?"
Pleasure.
So that's 2 syllables. Okay, I'm gonna go with a single syllable, I think. Pleasure. Ooh. The.
Oh no.
Okay. So that's 3 total now.
Pleasure the physical.
All right, let's read this. Psychedelic post.
Dissolve refrigerator.
Pleasure the physical. So there you have it, guys. That's our first segment of Visionary Haiku. And I thought it went well.
Yeah, not too bad.
We could have done
it's
better.
a little dicey.
Yeah, we could do better. I think these will get a little more smooth, or I'll just do away with the whole segment as we go along.
It's a risky pitch.
Yeah, it is. But this could suck. People could find it entertaining, and look right here, enlightenment avocado.
All right,
right here. That's good.
That's the direction we want to go.
Yeah, enlightenment avocado. So yeah, dude, thank you so much for coming on. Give people your handles where they can find you.
Just wrapped up my website for all my mural and painting work. AJDavisArt.com.
Nice.
Instagram, AJDavisArt. And Project Street Gold on Instagram as well. So check that work out.
Sweet, man. Thanks so much for coming on.
Much love.
Peace.
Cheers.